my god! It's a Twin Blades variant. There's a Maelstrom on the backside. Phantom's picking up more kills, finds Andrew as well. It's a triple. Oh, look at Tahaka. Finds the Avatar top lane 6. Great Ring of Frost connecting onto 4 members. We might have a comeback for the ages. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Will they be able to escape? ETC does fall. What a counter attack by Regen Red, and he's gonna barely get away with his friggin' teleport ability. Holy shit! That was really spicy. Oh my goodness, welcome back to the stream. Today is Thursday, May 2nd, 2019, and we're here back in Nexus Gaming Series, and tonight it's another semi-final match. Today, though, it's Division D East. We got Save the Murloc up against Full Meta Jacket. I'm here dealing with captains. I think they're still setting up lobbies and maybe doing coin flip stuff. I don't know if they were thinking I was doing coin flip for them. I don't know. Sorry guys if you thought that. But no, I'm here, waiting, chilling, hanging out. Let's talk about these teams though. Save the Murloc. Division D East season, they end in first place with 20 points in the regular season, 15 map wins, 5 dominations. And then on the other side, we got Full Meta Jacket coming in 4th place, just 2 points behind them in the standings. So it was pretty close there in Division D East this season. They ended with 14 map wins. 16 map wins, but only 2 dominations. Really, those dominations being the difference maker. Otherwise, Full Meta Jacket, a very solid team, picked up the most wins in the entire division, even though they're in that 4th slot. Tonight, up against the #1 seed, maybe it's time for them to show if they truly are the best team in Division D East. I know a lot of you guys at home worked on those brackets, and you got some points on the line tonight, and you're trying to see who's going to take it to the finals. But I think really tonight's a coin toss. Either side can definitely walk home with the victory. Either side can punch their ticket to those Division D East finals. I'm going to take a short break as we get these lobbies set up, make sure everything is going all right with the captains, and then we'll be back with game #1. Thank you. I'm back. I think we're just now heading into a lobby. I'm getting everyone filtering in as well, which is exciting news. Let me just wish them best of luck. All right. I'm ready to go. Map bands were. Find out what the map bands were for you as well. Div D East Semifinals. And well, I'll keep this a secret for a second. It looks like our map bands, Infernal Shrines by Full Meta Jacket and Battlefield of Eternity, was banned out by Save the Murloc. And now for the surprise, map number 1, I'll tell you, will be Dragon Shire, the brand new Dragon Shire. I'm so hyped. Super excited to see this DK again. He looks super cool now. I think the map overall just looks a lot nicer. Fits with the lore of HOTS they tried to build in those comics. Reading their chat here. Okay, looks like everything's good to go. Alright, tell them I'm ready. We're going to be heading into a Dragonshire match. I want to say, I see you guys in chat. Congratulate these boys. Regen Red just won their Division CE semifinal matchup over Almost Legends 2-0. I was desperately trying to catch the end of that match before hopping over to this one. But we made it. We're here on time. I got to finish the end of that match, and we're in our draft number 1. Dragonshire. Shui Arrow, way to go, guys. I'll hopefully get to chat with you guys after this event here. But thank you for stopping in and checking out how this one's going to go. Division D East, and I haven't gotten too much time to spend in the division. I have seen a few of the teams, though. I saw Luciodology, 2 calculated throw play this season. I saw Probius play at least once, and I believe Olaf and the Sweaty Bandits. But I am yet to see Full Meta Jacket or Save the Murloc play. And these are 2 of the best teams in the division, so I'm very excited to see how this one ends up, because it's win or go home. It's playoff time, and you don't want to not be showing up with your best here up against an opponent that definitely deserves your best. First ban, Stukov from Save the Murloc. Saw a little bit of Stukov get played tonight by Repsychic. Solid plays by the captain of Regen Red. And Diablo banned out. Alright, so starting to see where they're going. I want to check out, maybe I can find this really quick, just pull it up. Yeah, let's see their hero's profile. Alright, we got some info now. They've been playing a lot of Leeming, Abathur, Kael'thas, Chen, and Anubarak this season. At least their highest win totals are coming on these heroes. So, yeah, maybe we'll see some Leeming today. I love Leeming. Dragonshire, I think she has a place she can poke in on some of those shrines. With the orbs, she can get those magic missiles in as well, as we see Varian banned out here by Save the Murloc. And then also that Anubarak I see in their top 5 played, and that's got to be a tank they're thinking about. We see the Diablo already banned away. We haven't seen the sights of Johanna quite yet, or the EPC. There's actually going to be a Kael'thas ban, one of those bans I mentioned maybe that they'd want to play. Well, we're going to find out what their first pick is. We're on the clock with Save the Murloc. First pick of this set. If you're just joining, you're here in time. Still 0-0 in this set. Game number 1 draft underway. And Quellar, the captain for Save the Murloc, trying to make a decision here with just 3 seconds remaining. And yeah, they're going to go ahead and grab that Anubarak, just as I figured they probably would. Highest priority tank available, and something that they have played throughout the season, so I'm sure they're going to be happy with a little bit of comfort here. But what a great counter pick with this Rainer from Jugger Rob. Johanna also going to be picked up as their frontline tank. That's a pretty decent startup response for playing against this Anubarak. My pen's running out of ink. Hopefully this thing doesn't die on me mid-set. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's enough for the night. tomorrow we're gonna go buy me. There's the Li Ming. I knew it was coming. I knew it. Murda, thank you. You're so smart. I like talking to myself sometimes too. You know what? I'm casting by myself. I might as well talk to myself. Back over here at the bands after we see the Li Ming and Ana picked up. They got their support, their tank, and one of their main damage dealers. A nice well-rounded first half of the draft there by Save the Murloc. But it's Full Meta Jacket. They're on the clock here with their ban, and it's going to be the Chen. I said this name too. I said, hey, they play a little bit of Chen? Yeah, Full Meta Jacket, they did the research as well. They're going to take Chen away here on D-Shire, and I think that's pretty smart because he's one of those guys that can hold that top lane pretty well up against a few different heroes when played correctly. But can't struggle, especially in those 2v1 rotations, something that can stun out his drinking, like the Johanna that's already there. Raynor, of course, has his blast with his Q as well, would have been able to interrupt those shieldings, but they're going to ban the Chen away anyway, and now we see our last ban from Save the Murloc will be Jaina. Already in chat, I see Zombies Please here, saying, let's go Murlocs. A little bit of support, a little bit of love coming out already early here. And Nirvasha throwing the hearts out back at Zombie, says we love it. You know what I love? I love this Brightwing pick, pairing it with the Orphea, one of my favorite heroes in the game. Brightwing and Orphea, one of the strongest mages in the game. This can do a lot of damage to squishies like Li Ming and Ana. We'll see how they can respond, but once Orphea gets in your face with that big chomp and some of those Q slaps, she's so maneuverable, so hard to lock down. And it's going to be a real challenge for the Anub'arak or the Ana to get on top of her. We'll find out, but here we go. We see what our last two picks are. An off-lane Ragnaros and an Azmodan to get to Duncan. Full Meta Jacket going to respond with an Arthas, and now we've seen all 10 heroes, so it's time to go down to chat. Ask you guys what you guys are thinking. So what do you think about these drafts? Hashtag STM or hashtag FMJ. Time to put your votes where your heart's at. Let me know who's going to win game number 1. God, don't ask me. Who do I think is going to win? I know you want to ask me. That's what you always ask me, chat. Man, I kind of like the draft from Full Meta Jacket, honestly. I think the Raynor is going to do a decent job against Anub'arak. They're somewhat squishy otherwise, but the moment Ragnaros can start getting value, either with the Molten Core or if he wants to go Lava Wave in this matchup, then he'd have both as an option, obviously. But I think Ragnaros could be the difference maker if he's able to deal with this Arthas in the solo lane. Could be tough from the melee range, but if Shaggy has it in them to get it done, this could be a map 1 victory for Save the Murloc. But I gotta know from you guys, hashtag STM, hashtag FMJ, and thank you so much for stopping in tonight for this matchup. I'm excited to go. Looks like we are ready to go over on the blue side base. We see Quellar, the captain, coming out on the Azmodan. We got Sean WL playing Anub'arak, Apollo 145 on the Li Ming, Shaggy playing that Ragnaros I talked about, and last but not least, it's Odium Reigns on the Ana. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the field, Save the Murloc. And over on the right-hand side in red, we got their competitors coming through at number 4 in the regular season Division D East standings. We got Runtime Logic on Johanna, Modus Trollin playing Brightwing, Juggerab on Orphea, Barber playing Raynor, and up in the solo lane, on the Lich King himself, it's Rough Day Team playing Arthas. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Full Meta Jacket. Level 1 Talentos on the screen. We get a peek to see what Azmodan's thinking, and it's letting me a little bit of extra hero damage. We can get the stacks off of these heroes to see how they can do here early on Dragonshire. If they can stack that up efficiently prior to level 10, Azmodan can be a beast and special move it onto the latest portions of the game when he's fully stacked. Azmodan's such a good late game hero, and a map like Dragonshire, a late game map as well. Currently teams rotating, but it's Brightwing staying behind at mid, getting that little bit of extra soak for full meta jacket, but it's Raynor under assault. Barber's gonna get that phase shift in from Brightwing. Good giant 50% heal from her, and that's gonna be Raynor back into action. No kills yet here, a minute and almost 15 seconds in on D Shire. We got our first shrines activating in just about 10 seconds as Leeming is going to get the first orb onto one of these structures. Look at the damage there at mid as the big burrow coming in from Sean WL, but Jugger Rob's going to be safe. We didn't see this though. Up top, Rough Day team giving Ragnaros a rough day up there, taking the first kill of the game. First blood belonging the full meta jacket, and now they're going to be in control at top. Johanna, she's on bottom. That's in their control as well, stepping onto the points of Nubarak, but Johanna, she's sturdy. She's going to stay on here as long as she can, with Raynor just pelleting those bullets forward onto a Nubarak. He has to back away, and now it's Arthas starting the channel, and a very early Dragon Knight for full meta jacket, and Arthas is going to march it right onto this mid wall to start it off. Johanna nearby, Orpheus here as well, going to get some damage through onto these heroes behind the wall as his DK is getting through the first turn. You can see so early in the game, just 2 minutes in when it was picked up, not to get a tremendous amount of value other than resetting this objective and giving that 1 level lead over to full meta jacket. Gotten off to a pretty good start in this one, but they got to worry about a few stacking things. Of course, you got the Asmodan. I don't think Ragnaros already didn't quest into that, so won't be an option. We do see that Arthas, however, did go into this D build, and 0 stacks so far. Hasn't been able to find them onto the Ragnaros. We'll see if he can get those stacks going. And actually, yeah, there you go. Oh, no, you just didn't see it because he was in the DK. I got you baited. Here comes Ana up on the gang attempt. Arthas chilling here. Wait, she's not exposing herself. Arthas gonna stay deep. Now look for the sleep from Odium Reigns. Doesn't even need it. Murloc charge in from a Nubarak. Here comes that phase shift. Arthas gonna get a little bit of healing, but now they might both be in trouble. Yeah, Rough Day team 100% down. Brightwing's gonna get away, but take an orb to the back. So first kill of the game now for Save the Murloc. Gotta get down here to this siege camp. See Orphea and Johanna getting started on it. There's the jump. And there's the camp. Orphea gonna take that away. Good job there. Healing it away from their opponents. Meatball on top of Orphea, but Jugger Rob's gonna be safe. Ooh, actually zoned out there and almost slept. Barely missing with that sleep dart was Ana. Fortunate for Orphea to be able to go back, and now you see Hearthing back to base for that health and mana that they're missing. Checking out up top, it's Arthas rejoining. Brightwing was still up here, but gonna leave Arthas to his lonesome as Leeming gonna stay from range and get some of those magic missiles and orbs onto this bottom tower. Not much Arthas is doing about it quite yet, so here comes Johanna in response. One-time Logic showing up, trying to get Apollo 145 out of here. Howling Blast only hitting onto a Nubarak. Now the slow's coming in, but they're by the wall. They're gonna be safe. As we see our next shrines being announced. Over on a camp first is going to be Orphea once again with Brightwing. They're working on a bruiser camp here, and they will be able to secure it. Back up top is Arthas being surrounded once again. Another phase shift comes in, and Arthas going to live. Wait, did he not get that heal? The grenade coming in from Ana, rejecting that phase shift heal from Brightwing. Well played by Odium Reigns, helping secure the kill there on Arthas. You say supports can't get the job done, but heckin' right, he sure did there. Top Shrine going to be in control of Save the Murloc. Down bottom, it's currently in their control, but Johanna able to walk back onto it with Reigns. This will swing back over in possession of full meta jacket. Over at mid, it's Brightwing trying to duel with Ragnaros. But not much doing there yet. Orphea trying to escort this Reaper camp top, but without any sort of follow-up and team with it, he's not going to be able to. Jugger Rob's going to start backing up as, second time Ragnaros has fallen, second time I've missed a kill. Here we go, bottom lane under pressure from the siege camp as full meta jacket with control of both of these shrines. Might be rotating down with Arthas and Orphea. We'll see if they're coming. Yeah, here comes Jugger Rob. And here comes Rough Day team. All they gotta do is channel. Arthas gonna try to land this Howling Blast though. Not going to connect. Right wing now trying to channel, interrupted by Leeming, but good zoning now from Arthas and Johanna. And that's going to be the second Dragon Knight of the game. Full Meta Jacket back on the board with it. Already weakened this mid wall. Let me go ahead and finish off this turret. And down bottom, that fort fell prior to this fight happening at mid, so level 10s are here. We see Emerald Wind. We got the Eternal Feast. I always forget. I want to end this feast all the time. It's going to be Hyperion and Ghouls for Arthas. Last pick for Johanna, still not chosen. She is here at mid. Expecting to see that Blessed Shield, but Runtime going to hold it for now. I wonder what they're waiting on. There's the Sleep Dart, but the Burrow Charge not long enough. Sean well canceling it just a moment too early as Johanna out of mana, going to have to start retreating. DK still healthy. Looks like it's going to rotate up to this top wall with just about 15 seconds left. They should be able to get onto this and get one of these towers down. Yeah, they're actually going to use the Hyperion just to make sure they get it down, zone out some more. That'll actually pick up the second tower as well. So pretty good objective phase there from Full Meta Jacket. That was their second, but here's a Cocoon. And Nubrek trying to lead the way. They have this fight on even talents, but the zoning once again by Johanna, pushing them off that Cocoon target. And Nubrek now in trouble and will fall. Third kill of the game here for Full Meta Jacket. Still in chase on Asmodan. Quellard very low. Arthas keeping the slows here. But I don't know if they have enough distance to get in, can they? Oh, my goodness. They changed their sights. They changed their target. And it's Ragnaros falling at the tail end. Double kill for Full Meta Jacket, and they're hanging out in this top lane. Rainer's still here. Here comes a phase shift just to get Johanna back up to full health so she can help zone out these members. They don't have minions here, so this is going to start shooting onto Johanna. She's got Iron Skin, she's got plenty of health, and got her right wing nearby. So that's going to be the third outer fort taken down here by Full Meta Jacket. Now they're on their retreat with a full level lead. One level up. And only one level away from talent tier 13. Brightwing's going to split out, get some of it here at mid. And it appears as though Orphea is going to make the longer rotation down to bottom. Over on the left-hand side of the map, we see a Bruiser camp being picked up by STM. As Full Meta Jacket starts working on their own siege camp. And we'll look on the other side. Here's another siege camp being taken. So it's just a camp battle right now. Only the neutral camp remaining on the map. Neither side walking that direction yet. But we see Johanna trying to scout out here near the triangle, but not going to make it over to that siege camp in time to invade. Here's a Burrow Charge in. Looking for it is a Nubrek, but a quick polymorph, still no Cocoon. A lot of damage coming from Leeming. They're going to have to start backing out. It's Orphea getting this phase shift, and Juggerod will get it. Will be healthy, but still kind of low. Might have to wait a minute until they get back into any sort of fight. As our shrines are active, it's Arthas all alone up top. He'll be able to control that as the Bruiser still pushing in against him. Checking out down bottom, we see the Cocoon coming out from Sean. Orphea might be able to be broken out of this in time, and it looks like she will. Dunk gonna land from Asmodan, but not enough damage to secure a kill. Juggerod trying to press forward with those keys, but nothing doing yet. 13 is here for Full Meta Jacket, but Arthas is not. He's still hanging around mid. Not really soaking XP either. We'll see if he wants to get down here and join the team. And Barber just gets deleted by a Nubrek. Great job by Sean coming in with that Burrow Charge, but Jaggy's in trouble in the wrong spot. Orphea might be able to finish it off, and Juggerod does. Odium Reigns could be next as the phase shift coming in on top of Ana, and she falls as well. Let's check out Arthas. I think, did he just get a kill? Arthas killed a Nubrek, and now in chase on Asmodan. Does he have a team showing up? Doesn't need it. His team's going to go ahead and get this Dragon Knight. Johanna going to step inside. Third objective of the game for Full Meta Jacket. Already have gotten through all the outer forts. They're looking to set their eyes on the first keep of the game. We're just 10.5 in on Dragonshire, and 3 objectives have already been picked up by the same team. This one's starting to turn really heavily in their win probability favor. As Johanna finally makes it through this bottom wall, this tower just gets obliterated by the DK. The bottom tower
below 50% health, and there it goes as well. Now pushing in onto the keep. Here comes Full Meta Jacket leading away. Asmodan is the Dragon Knight. Now setting their focus along with this catapult of Full Meta Jacket onto this keep. Sean WL waiting for some heroic talents to come online. Actually, here comes Ragnaros. He's getting inside of this fort, trying to negate the kill on it, and he might be able to. Looks like he does. That might be all they get is the turnaround, having Flash Shield. Nubrak has to use Burrow Charge away. Big dunks by Asmodan, but not enough to kill anyone quite yet. Rough Day Team had those ghouls, got himself back up to full health, and check it out. That keep is gone. What tremendous healing, and now a disengage with the Emerald Winds from Brightwing. Really well played all game by Modus trolling as we see that lava wave being sent up top. I didn't see where the first one had gone. This one's going to get a little bit of value because that second minion wave was on the map. You do see it destroyed, and now the counter push can start happening from Rag. But the push is going to continue down bottom for Full Meta Jacket. They pick up the neutral camp for the first time in the game. We see Save the Murloc on their own siege camp, but not able to get here in time. Is our red team. Arthur's kind of in a weird spot. He'll likely be able to get out of here. Yeah, he does. Now Johanna just going to call the team up with their level 16 talents. Pretty free clear onto these Siege Giants. They also still have their Bruiser camp in this bottom lane that they can defend. As Ragnaros trying to push in and slam it down with one of his Qs. Shaggy might be in trouble. Dunk only hitting 2 there from Asmodan. Now at 298 stacks on his Globe of Annihilation. Some of these targets like Brightwing, Orphea, and Rainer could be in trouble once that gets fully stacked up. Of course, pairing it with the Tide of Sin, those big heroic shots do an extra amount of damage that can make Orphea, every time she's low on health, have to fear for her life. Barber working on this siege camp will be able to get it uncontested. See Rough Day Team working on the Bruiser camp, and on the other side it's Apollo and Odium Reigns trying to get their Bruiser camp as well. Both sides really doing a good job staying on top of these camps, making sure they're not losing any macro play throughout the game. You see these are going to be pushed out almost at identical times. Rainer and Arthur just now finishing that up as the top shrine's active, bottom shrine's active. It's going to be Brightwing moving closest to it. We're going to play safe near this wall for now. Kind of waiting for the team to show up. Here's Arthur looking for a Nubrak, but another Burrow Charge, another safe bump. Ragnaros gets on the point, but doesn't channel it all the way over. Here's the Flesh Shield, only runtime logic up front, so no good follow-up that time from Full Meta Jacket as they're just going to get the clear. And here comes the lava wave in the top lane that everyone will be able to get out of the way of. But their Bruiser camp's going to take a little bit of damage. It's still alive, but that minion camp not being with it might end up being a big deal. Checking out down bottom, this will be cleared up by Ragnaros. He's showing up as a Nubrak moving on to the point. That'll switch sides now, be in the favor of Save the Murloc. We see maybe some rotation starting to come down the full side of Full Meta Jacket inside the triangle. Ragnaros nearby, a Nubrak nearby, but still no Blessed Shield from Johanna, so she really wasn't able to set this up. There's the Cocoon on top of Arthas as the Endless Feast comes out to help zone that one out. Now pushing in further, but it's Rainer so low, and the Molten Core in a great spot by Ragnaros. Can he finish anything off here? It's Johanna low, using that blind, taking an orb to the face. Still trying to get out of the range of Ragnaros, and runtime logic will fall there to that dunk from Asmodan. Might be more reset city time for Li-Ming, getting one extra. But I think Juggerod gets away barely out of the range of that Disintegrate. And that's the first real action we've seen all game from Save the Murloc, getting that double kill at the right time. Of course, the Shrine's still active, so Ragnaros, he's going to move on up to the top lane, turn that from red to blue. And Asmo's going to wait nearby the Shrine at mid to get themselves their first objective of the game. They got to start matching some damage because they lost their bottom keep, and they haven't gotten any of these forts down yet. Asmodan's going to try to get it going right here, right now, marching down to the bottom lane, it looks like, to join his team, who've already gotten started on this wall. You see Li-Ming getting all those missiles in from a distance as we look at all of our counters thus far. Just one more level away from 20. They're going to be Full Meta Jacket, but right on their heels and have caught up are Save the Murloc, pushing in with a DK, shredding through this bottom fort, leaving Ragnaros up top. He's even sending a lava wave mid. So this is going to give them an XP lead in just a moment. You'll see it tick in. There's level 19 barely ahead of Full Meta Jacket. But save the Murloc on the front foot now, getting through some of this keep wall themselves in the bottom lane. Big boot there, knocking back Rainer, who's one of their best counter siegers here, with only 13 seconds away from the Hyperion. They're still pushing in. DK, 20% health, almost 30 full seconds of time remaining. And there's the final bit of damage. No kills, and the keep still lives. Howling Blast hitting on one. Eternal Feast trying to hold him here. Flesh Shield coming out as well. Quellar still able to walk away. Not enough slows applied by Johanna quite yet. And Orphea can't get in range. Being so low, has to worry about the big dunk from Quellar. Here it comes. Juggernaut's gonna live, but the engage still coming from Anubrak. Getting that nano boost from Ana. Sean WL moving forward, but falls. Ragnaroso inside this fort. Might get a kill. Right wing's very low. Arthas is trying to zone everyone out. And he's doing a really good job making sure Quellar can't be in range for a dunk. And that's going to be a successful defense there by Arthas, keeping the rest of his team alive. And now Full Meta Jacket got to start thinking about what they want to do with this level 20 advantage, this 5v4 advantage. Can they invade? Looks like they're pinging it. They're moving in. They're going to see this camp's already started, and they're going to be able to take it away. No questions asked. Now they just got to start thinking about, where do they go from here? Did they have enough time to move on to core? It looks like that ship has sailed away. But they will march themselves up to the enemy boost camp and go for a back-to-back invade here. As it's still 7 more seconds for a Nubarak to respawn. They steal away 2 camps and now put themselves in a great position, but they got to start thinking about Ragnaros. Of course, he has his Lava Wave. Now he picks up Heroic Difficulty at level 20, and he's gotten them off in some pretty decent spots thus far. He was able to help zone off earlier when that keep was trying to be destroyed, although it eventually did go down. Did a good job of stalling it out, and then there in that bottom lane, also a pretty good job of trying to get the kills, but just not quite enough distance covered by the rest of the team to lock them down during the retreat. But you can't discredit Ragnaros for trying, as they're trying again. Ooh, Anubrak looking to get in on Brightwing, actually uses the cocoon, but the rest of the team's not going to come down and get this, so that's going to be a 70-second cooldown burned away. We're also going to see another lane burned away by a Lava Wave. Brightwing barely dodging it. Bottom Shrine in control of Full Meta Jacket up top, still in control of Save the Murloc, as Asmodan just 5 stacks away from completing his base quest. And that's going to be scary. Extremely scary. The Full Meta Jacket, they're waiting here near mid. Arthas about to channel top. He's going to be burrow charged by Nubrak. Now might be in trouble. No fort to save him. No fort to run back to. But Save the Murloc split, and it's Asmodan very low, likely gonna fall. Yeah, Orphea able to chase that down, and here comes a phase shift in to help Arthas down, and Anubrak's down. Now the Blessed Shield finding 2 more. Li Ming will not get away. Apollo surrounded by red. It's a quad kill, only Ragnaros on the map. Bottom lane still pushing, DK available in both shrines. Already in possession of Full Meta Jacket. They don't know who's getting in. Looks like they decide on Rainer. And here it comes, Full Meta Jacket trying to close out game number 1. They're going to have about 30 seconds of time before heroes start respawning. Remember, it's just this Ragnaros. He does have Heroic Difficulty. But, I mean, if you hop in it, it's just going to be shredded by the DK. And here it goes. See how quickly they can get through. And now he's surrounded by red. And booted away. Onto the court, 10 seconds till our first respawn on Asmodan. The DK so powerful, shielding down 50%, 40%, 30%. Asmo respawning, might have 1 dunk in him. Not even gonna pull the trigger. GG, game number 1. Handed over to our number 4 seed, Full Meta Jacket. Ooh, good little game number 1 there. Let's check out this match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series, and really well played. by Full Meta Jacket. Warfia, I said, was potential to be a pretty strong hero here. 54,000 hero damage. Also led our team in siege damage. I mean, they were matched on the other side. Ragnarok's getting so much with that lava wave. Li Ming doing a tremendous amount, picking up 4 kills herself. But really great play. Modus trolling with the Brightwing, I thought was outstanding. Possibly our Game 1 MVP. Would love to hear from you guys in chat as well as we take a look over at our talents. I want to thank everyone who's shown up so far. Thank you for the sub earlier from Shui. Runtime Logic here. Of course, playing that Arthas in game number 1. Also dropping a follow here on the channel. Thank you for that. We'll be back in just a few moments. Game number 2 just around the corner. Hope you guys are enjoying this show. And we'll see you guys in just a minute. All right, so we're here in chat. I have my team starting to come in. Did want to stop in and make sure everyone got to see, kind of do a longer promo for them, but got to see the NGS Patreon. Head on over there, patreon.com/Heroes Nexus Gaming Series. If you want to support NGS, there's some really, really cool stuff that's about to be like shown off publicly. That you definitely want to know about if you're thinking about being a patron. I saw some cool stuff out there today in some of the leadership chat. So no time better than the present to start getting involved with Nexus Gaming Series and showing your support over on the Patreon. Waiting on our few more players to show up here in our lobby. Okay, here they come. All right. I was trying to type the lobby link again for him. But what an outstanding game number 1. Full Meta Jacket. Really a surprise show here so far over the number 1 seed Save the Murloc. But, I mentioned, I didn't think this was necessarily as one-sided of an event as a 1 vs 4 matchup might be. I mean, Full Meta Jacket really could have been the number 1 seed had they have picked up a few more dominations throughout the regular season. They weren't able to, and because of the point structure, even though they had more regular season map wins, they didn't have as many points. But you saw in game number 1, they have kill potential. They came out very strong there. And they're going to be going to game number 2. This is their map selection. And it's going to be Sky Temple. So we'll see if they can pick up a domination here. They haven't been able to get too many throughout the season. But one tonight over the number 1 seed, that'll have a lot of faces turning their direction and looking for them to be the real threat here out of Division D East. We'll see if Save the Murloc has anything to say about it as we head on in to Sky Temple.
So it will be our blue team banning first. Save the Murloc. They're on the clock. I think they get about 40 seconds. Yeah, 40 seconds here with this first ban. Really long time. And looking at game number 1, they went with the Stukov Varian bans, and I think they had something in mind from what they saw on some footage, maybe some VODs. But we'll see if they change their mind after seeing what happened in game number 1. The Rainer was pretty good. The Orphea was pretty good. I actually forgot to write down a couple of the heroes in my book here, but they'll come to me. It was the Arthas, and the support was Brightwing. Ragnaros. Who's that last hero? Oh, it'll come to me eventually. As you see the Stukov being banned out first again, and they haven't changed their draft strategy after game number 1. Maybe a bit of a surprise. Hasmodan was the last hero, I remember now. So we're over the... Oh! I was going to say over the other side, but they were quicker than me, and they banned away that Diablo for the second time. We might end up seeing similar drafts to game number 1. Next we'd be waiting for that Varian ban from Save the Murloc, and then maybe expect to see a Kael'thas ban coming out from Full Meta Jacket once again. 5 seconds for Save the Murloc to make their decision. And yeah, it's gonna be switched. They weren't happy with game number 1. They're gonna ban away Arthas. Sky Temple. Sorry, I was writing one more thing in my book there as we were looking at our final ban in the top half, and I was right. Once again, they do want to get rid of Kael'thas. So now we're back over to Save the Murloc, and do they change it up? I actually say no. I think go right back to that Anubarak, but try to find ways that you can get better follow-up with it. It seemed like Sean WL was kind of out on an island by himself every time he wanted to go in and engage with that Cocoon. We'll see if they want to go back to it. No, they're going to switch it up, take the Johanna away from Full Meta Jacket, and I actually like it. Let's see if FMJ can win with a couple different tanks tonight. Don't let them get on that Comfort Joe again. And maybe you give yourself a bit more protection up against that Rainer if you end up seeing it again. I thought Barber did a pretty nice job game number 1. We see the Beetle switching hands as well, and they get that Rainer for Jugger Rob. He's going to hop on it. And I believe Jugger Rob was our Orphea player game number 1, so hero swap here for FMJ. Noob and Rainer, though. Now we've seen 3 heroes picked. Actually, all the heroes so far were involved in that draft on game number 1. My mustache is so itchy right now. Like, can I just... Feels so much better now. Thank you. Tyrande Li-Ming. And they're going to put Apollo back on this Li-Ming. Maybe the one shining star of game number 1 for Save the Murloc. And I love to see it now with a little bit more follow-up from that Tyrande, paired in with some good slows and maybe a good blessed shield from Sean WL. I think Li-Ming will have a lot more value here in this second game. We'll see if they get any more frontline to help pair with it, where, as I thought, maybe game number 1, the Ragnaros was a little bit too soft to have to deal with Johanna and Arthas on the enemy frontline. So we'll see if they change their offlane priority, as we see that Chen being banned out, and that's got to be one of the heroes that they want for the offlane, but twice now we've seen it banned out, and they're going to have to dig deep. Is it going to be going back to that Ragnaros again? I just don't know.
A new subscriber has been acquired.
A new subscriber, and it's one of my favorite boys in the world. It's Recyclic. What's going on, my man? Have you guys ever seen Murda's legs? I don't think he has any. I'd show you right now, but I don't know if that's allowed on Twitch. Too much leg. Back over to Full Meta Jacket. It's going to be Jaina for Barber. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see our healer here. Yeah, it's going to be the Lucio for Modus Trollin. Support similar to Brightwing in that it's area healing. But Lucio gonna have to be a bit more aggressive than Brightwing ever wants to be. He's got to get in there, get the value, applying the slows, giving the speed.
Of course, providing the heals on as many targets as he can. And at level 10, he gets that barrier, can make a big difference up against the burst damage from Li Ming, preventing reset. So it's a fine pick for Modus Trollin, but look at this. It's Sky Temple, and making it all the way through this draft is Abathur, Mule Value, and Varian for Quellar, who was a Game 1 ban of their own. Smart draft in here by Save the Murloc, and I think have a good chance to send us to game number 3 with this comp I see so far. One more pick remaining. It's got to be off lane for Full Meta Jacket. Let's see if they go for Rough Day Team, and it's going to be Muradin. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Chat, you guys have seen all 10 heroes pick. I honestly don't know. I want to lean towards the Abathur comp, but I got to ask you guys in chat as well. Hashtag STM or hashtag FMJ. Throw some votes out. Make some noise. I saw game 1. You guys were cheering for Full Meta Jacket. Maybe some Save the Murloc fans showed up as well. I know Zombies Please was here early rooting for him. But here we go. Game number 2 about to start. And it's going to be Sky Temple. Once again, I want to say thank you for everyone who's shown up. Once again, thanks for the subs tonight. Shui and Recyclic. They're on Regen Red. They like to support me. I love those guys. What can I do? Good job on the win tonight, fellas. And Full Meta Jacket, they're looking for a win themselves. A domination, something, as I said, they have not been able to get too many of this season. But one right here in the semifinals of Division D East will have them happy for the entire weekend here. Cinco de Mayo weekend. But before any partying's gonna start, we gotta see game number 2 on the left-hand side. We got the number 1 seed out of Division D East. They're Save the Murloc, led by Quellar on Varian, Sean WL playing the Johanna, Apollo 145 on their patented Li Ming, Shaggy picking up the Slug, and Odium Reigns on Tyrande. Once again, make some noise for Save the Murloc. Over on the right-hand side, game 1 winners, led up front by Runtime Logic on the Anubarak, Modus Trollin playing Lucio, Barber onto the Jaina, switching off with Juggerrob, who's playing that Rainer here in game number 2. And last but not least, I'm assuming for solo lane, Rough Day Team on the Muradin. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, make some noise for Full Meta Jacket. Here's your level 1 talents. It's High King's Quest for Varian. Maybe looking to get aggressive with something like a Twin Blades. We'll see if that's going to be their use of a clone target here paired up for the Abathur. As we do see Abathur alone in this bottom lane. There's Shaggy in that bush. Will be able to slug his way back to the wall. Up top, it's a matchup between Rainer and Varian. With Rainer getting the early advantage here, having that range, and Varian not having a good way to get on top of Rainer without his team. And here they come, Johanna, big orb, stun follow-up from Tyrande, well executed, but Juggerrob gets as low as 58 health and will survive in this top lane, giving plenty of room now on the other side for Full Meta Jacket to push in on this wall. We're going to see a counter push happen up top. But Rainer's here. He's actually hearthing. I don't know if I like that hearth. I think just pellet away behind this wall. You're safe. You got minions here as well. You got a Nubarak. Just throw out the AAs as long as you can. Let your team push. And that's going to be it. Rainer hearths back. They do defend this top wall. It's look down on bottom where one of the turrets has fallen. And now Full Meta Jacket getting to work on the first siege camp of the game. They're wide open. As Save the Murloc's going to scout their own camp, seeing no one's there. But potentially an invade. Yeah, Lucio's leading the way with a little bit of speed. Muradin's here as well. That bush being held by Johanna. No one's seeing it yet. That's Jaina walking right in the bush. 3-man condemned. But Rainer's here as well. It's a 4v3 in favor of Full Meta Jacket. Just that Abathur had available to make it anything closer of a battle here. And it will be on top of Johanna. But John WL very low. Very low. Might die here. Uses Iron Skin just for the shielding. And will be able to survive. Let's take a look back at bottom. This siege camp still pushing. And up top, it's a Nubarak versus Varian. And Runtime Logic having a much better of a time than Rainer was earlier. Murden still has his camp scouted. The rest of his team sort of nearby. But they're also pushing in down bottom, making sure that's getting onto a wall. And here they come. Murden's gonna jump in. Stun's gonna land on him from Tyrande, that good lunar flare. But they have to back up out of this camp, and that's gonna be a successful invade, a successful steal. And now 2 siege camps in this bottom lane up against this Abathur. Someone's got to get in here. And it looks like Lucio's the one trying to be the one to get the kill. Abathur running away. Good stun there onto Jaina. But I think Mode is trolling. Yeah, he does. He gets the kill. Stormbolt over the wall onto Rainer. Excuse me, onto Tyrande as Rainer falls. I believe to tower shots. I don't know what else could have gotten him. I did say up on our screen that some sort of third party killed him. Temple's active. It's going to be Murden first on mid, Varian first on the top. Nubrak using a Hearth for some mana as the rest of his team is here on mid. And Lucio and Murden can hold this all day. It might end up being just a full trade out. But we got to watch. Level 7s are going to be here soon. And Abathur, he wants to go into that mule. This bottom fort's going to live. Full Meta Jacket, they don't have a way, of course, without the Abathur to re-heal these forts on Sky Temple. So they're going to have to be aggressive, make sure they're not leaving any of these on 50% health. And unfortunately for them, you see the bonus shot's about to come out. This is going to be maybe 33% health? Yeah, we'll call it about 40%. Bottom? Yeah, we'll call that about 50%. We're almost level 7. Abathur's about to get both of those healed up. We'll see just how far they end up getting, but what a fortunate spot to be in if you're safe to Murloc, as level 7 about to be here any moment. Abathur getting the last bits of soap. And let's see what that pick's going to be. Will it be the mule for Abathur? And where will it drop down first? Still no selection. There it is. We see the mule, and it's thrown down at bottom. Sitting at 50%. This should bring it back up to 100. But bottom lane showing up. It's going to be Full Meta Jacket trying to finish this off. Maybe just trying to get rid of that mule. They have a mini wave pushing in. Actually, 2 waves with them. Jaina's going to clear up the enemy wave. As an Ubrak, Burrow charging in. Still before level 10s. Doesn't have any sort of cocoon. As that mule is finally destroyed. And maybe this fort will be as well. Lunar Flare hitting onto Murden. He was really deep in there. Didn't use a Dwarf Toss out. But they're able to get that bottom fort down, even through the healing of the mule. So good job recognizing it and getting that kill on it. Now rotating back to another camp. They are still without their Muradin. Temple should be called up pretty soon here. And this top lane still a big issue. Catapult's here. Rainer and Muradin both... No, Rainer's actually going to head on back to mid, rejoin his team, receiving Murden through that top lane. Temple active in 20 seconds. Bottom lane, of course, here for this second phase. And the boss is being kind of looked at by both sides, but of course, neither really wanting to make a push on it. It's just the Abathur hanging out up top before Ultimate Evolution's ready at level 10. This is the last chance they're going to have, if you're Full Meta Jacket, to find a fight with a 5v4 advantage. See if they go looking for it, or if they just play it a bit patient. Still Murden rotating down from mid as that blue siege camp is taken away. Neither team trying to move on to this temple. Might actually end up being Johanna. I guess they're having to send Jaina all the way back to clear that top. Look at this bruiser camp push getting value onto the keep wall. And down bottom, they get to move right onto this temple. A lot of value here, but mid is Varian under assault, getting slowed, and mini stuns with that, what's it called? This one, Skullcracker. Couldn't think of it. Knew where it was from Muradin, which is really a good response up against Varian. Oh, what a horrible mule placement. That should be cleared up pretty quickly, and it is. This fort's going to be down. Jaina, she was able to defend this keep, but the wall's down up top. Down bottom, Siege Camp still pushing. That fort's going to also be secured. But Full Meta Jacket doing what they need to do up against this mule. Abathur not able to get the value yet, because that temple's finished. Murden's still going to try to check it out, making sure no one's hearthing in these bushes. And that's going to be it. Mid lane after hat soaking. Showing up now is Johanna helping to clear there. Nubrak has eyes on the boss. Runtime logic here near mid as well. But his team's back. They're having to clear up this bottom lane. There's a little bit of minion push happening from the blue side. More scouting coming from a noob. Near the wall should be safe. Very close on XP right now. 11.5 for both sides. Two-man Lunar Flare. Miranda. And here comes a big blast open from Li Ming. Getting the first kill there inside the cocoon now. Might be able to pop out and get some more, but Lucio able to speed them back up behind the wall. Had the barrier, but I don't think it got really much value in that fight at all. Also, using that cocoon, it came out, but Clone was already there. Kills already happened, and now pushing on to mid. It saved a Murloc up 4-1 in kills. 3 belong to Abathur. The Slug making it happen so good here on Sky Temple. As Full Meta Jacket, they're not scared. They're staying in here, trying to defend this with all their heroes. Respawn. Murden's going to jump in, start applying the slow. Still has that Scope Cracker. Two-man Lunar Flares. The turnaround's happening. Jaina landing a fat blizzard, and the double kill happens. Should be 3 at Johanna. Completely surrounded. Yeah, triple kill there for Full Meta Jacket with the boss open. The pings are there quickly. And they're almost at level 13. They will be getting a boss. 2 temples are on the map. Let's check out up top. Abathur's making a push with the hat, with the catapult. That well might fall, but I don't know if this keep does. We'll see. Checking back in at boss. This will be secured. No contest for Full Meta Jacket. Temples now active. Heroes have all respawned. And Jaina was the one who had to go back, clearing up that top keep. So not available to help push here with the boss. We'll see if that's their strategy to try to get this keep down, or if they just want to get on the temples. We'll find out. Looks like they're leaving the boss. They're not going to push with the boss. Instead, trying to find kills near mid. It's a Nubrak throwing down the Impale onto Johanna. So they just want this temple. They're standing on it. It's going to not even finish off this top 4. Bottom. That's Twin Blaze Berry. Killing the boss for free with an Avatar. Extra attack speed? Yes, please. Mid-temple done, and now rotating down bottom will be Full Meta Jacket with potential to get through this fort. Maybe it gets through the bottom keep as well. We're watching it here up top. The mule's going to come in just a little bit too late from Abathur. Nubrak's actually going to back off this temple. Maybe they're baiting it a bit. I don't know what's going on. Top's going to fall, though. Look at this. Another catapult's here. Bruiser Camp following behind in just a moment as the Nubrak gets back onto this temple. It's shooting onto that bottom keep. But here comes a big engage onto Murden. Rough Day Team having a dwarf toss out, and the cocoon has to be used by a Nubrak. Broken out quickly. The ultimate evolutions here on to Li Ming. But Shaggy's not going to find much of it. Actually, there's an orb. Just being used as zoning is Li Ming. Rainer being sent up top, having to clear up this Bruiser Camp. Should be able to. Of course, has that Hyperion if it really was that desperate, but not going to need to use it here. Bruiser Camp's going to be down. One catapult just standing there. Full Meta Jacket's going to work on their own Bruiser Camp and try to start counter-pushing this top lane pressure that's been going on all game. But save the Murloc. Maybe they're starting to get desperate. They don't have their level 16s quite yet, but they have this XP lead. They got to finish off this top keep. I think they got to start just putting the foot down here and get the push in. 30 seconds away from ultimate evolution. They have to at least wait that out. We'll see how eager Full Meta Jacket is trying to find their enemies as they're being revealed in this jungle area by some of those Abathur mines. Good placement there by Shaggy. But Rough Day Team maybe finding Varian a bit here. Skullcracker going to slow him down for a second, but he's got a dwarf toss out. Not wanting to take too much damage near those turrets. Up top, pushing with a Bruiser Camp, but down bottom, the other direction, Abathur helping escort in another one of these catapults, keeping the pressure up in bot lane and mid lane. And that means this Bruiser Camp up top will be able to be cleared for free by Save the Murloc, as our teams are rounding the corner of level 16. I don't know who's going to get stronger from this point. I'd probably venture to say the Abathur comp. now getting a little bit stronger. They're going to pick up Adrenaline Boost at level 16. Waiting to see Johanna's selection, but there's Banner of Dalaran going to help grant some spell damage to Li Ming. And she's in a good spot. Could be a lot of kills in this last cannon build that she got. Here's a big fat Hyperion zoning out a lot of members to save the Murloc on the bottom side. It's Varian by himself. He's getting a lot of healing from Abathur. Now maybe under some trouble. Running back in and does fall. Two-man looter flare, but still no kills. Lucio's so low, but no resets for Li Ming. John WL's down. Murden escaping. Shaggy should be able to secure it. Yeah, resets maybe starting to happen. Apollo running away and won't find anything else. It's just the clone left to die. Shaggy will fall. Bottom lane still under pressure here from Full Meta Jacket, and with 30 seconds until some of these heroes start respawning, they're gonna push in, and it's Apollo by himself, barely able to teleport away. Now with those big fat fireflies, 5 giant magic missiles coming in, trying to get through these health bars, but all by herself without option of a clone for another 10 seconds. It's just the mule trying to protect this keep, and might actually be able to. It will. Varian respawning. This keeps still alive. Jaina's going to try to finish it with a blizzard, but they just don't have enough damage. It will live with just a little bit of health left, and that's really all they need. And check out the other side, just in time to see this keep fall. So Abathur, you forgot about him as a hero. Helps protect that bottom keep, and also helps destroy the enemy top keep. Temple's active. And boss in just 10 seconds going to be scouted out there by that owl. But this is now big power play for Save the Murloc, being saved by these the mules, the defense systems from Abathur. See if they want to try to just finish off this bottom keeper or what. That boss was aggro, but they walked right past it onto the bottom lane. Slug's going to start backing out himself. As Full Meta Jacket definitely trying to secure this. They still have Hyperion online. I expect to see it thrown down and maybe just a retreat happen. We'll keep an eye on Jugger Rob to see what he wants to do. Another mule's been played. Just keep getting some more health back as the defenses showed up. Full Meta Jacket not willing to be the riskier of the two teams. They leave that keep to continue getting muled up. Now going to sit in the party bush, scouted by Tyrande. Great job by Odium once again, playing support tonight. Full Meta Jacket going to have to just take a consolation prize of sorts, as though it seems. Take that temple, but look at this. Take the Murloc saying, okay, you can have the temple. We want the boss. Murden now having to run down as quickly as he can, but he's going to be late. Big blessed shield from Johanna, and that boss is taken away. There's the Hyperion trying to zone out Johanna, but the boss is here. Cocoon is down as well. Johanna finally does fall. No reset because of this barrier, and I think Quellar, you're down too. You got Twin Blades, but you're not getting twin kills. See you later. Shaggy's now the clone, but Li Ming's not getting anything done. It's 2.5 kills there for Full Meta Jacket. Boss can be pushing onto their keep. It's pretty scary here past 15 minutes. But Full Meta Jacket, knowing they need to get this keep down, having a 2-hero advantage on the map, they're going to try to get it right now. Just Tyrande and Li Ming still standing as another mule is dropped. It's going to be a burrow charge in to get some of these beetles onto here because they don't have a minion wave. And yeah, there it goes. It's down. Now actually setting their eyes on Core. Full Meta Jacket trying to get just their 3rd domination of the season, but it's going to be coming in such a great spot. This is the Division D East playoffs, the semifinals at that, and this shielding for the shield on the core is down now at the 60%, 50%. Respawning Johanna. Variant should be up in just a moment, but 30% of the core, and these health bars are still pretty big. Lucio, the only one going to fall. 15, 10, 5 resets, but not enough. Full Meta Jacket are going to move on to the Division D East Finals to play against Frank's Furters next week. Wow, taking the upset out of the number 4 spot over the number 1 seed, Save the Murloc. What a tremendous set from them tonight. What a win, what a domination. Who's our MVP? I don't even know. Maybe we just give it to Modus Trollman once again. This time, getting 3 kills for his side. And really putting in work with the healing numbers all game long. All set long, actually. Let's take a look at our talents before we move on, as I'm going to try to reach out to Modus Trollman and see if he's available for an interview. Modus Trollin. Interview. See if he gets my Discord message. Switch you guys back on over to the caster webcam as we sit here patiently waiting for a response. Might try to reach out to some more players here, see if like Jugger Rob at save. Oops, I meant to say put the wrong team. Full meta jacket. There we go. What a set. Once again, I want to say shout outs to you guys in chat. You guys this week put me up to the highest subscriber count this channel has ever been at. That's tremendous. You guys are amazing. The support you guys have shown all season long, it really means a lot to me. I'll be back again. Next season, you're going to see murder. I'm not going anywhere. If you guys like Heroes of the Storm, if you guys like NGS, you're in the right spot. And now in the right spot, finally, we got someone from Full Meta Jacket, and it's Jugger Rob himself. How's it going, my man?
Oh, it's going really well.
So tonight, you guys enter the semifinal matchup as the number 4 seed up against the number 1 seed. Tell me a bit about Save the Murloc and how you guys prepared for this matchup.
Well, we did a lot of research, and primarily we found that there's really no one way to prepare for STM. They ran so many things well. So what we focused on was just banning out the things that we had trouble with on our first match against them, which was actually week 1. So we were still trying to find what our team was all about at that time. So glad that we were able to sort of meet them again and return the favor, I guess.
Now, I mentioned on stream, you guys entered, or actually ended Season 6 here with the most wins in your division, map wins, but you didn't get the dominations. What was that extra little bit that allowed you to get the domination tonight? Because really, it's only your 3rd on the entire season.
Yeah, just as I said before, we just haven't, it took us a while to sort of find what our team was about and where everybody falls in their role. This is our first season doing NGS, so and we haven't really been we've been playing together for like a year, but not super competitively. So like I said, just figuring out what those roles are for each player, and then sort of figuring out how we all fit into the team comp at large.
Let's talk about roles a bit. We saw you playing some damage tonight. Game number 1 on that Orphea that I thought was outstandingly amazing. But then game number 2, switching hands with the Rainer Barber going on to the Jaina there in game number 2. Why the change up? Why switch up the Mage player? Why switch up the Rainer player in that situation? Just comfort with the Jaina versus the Orphea?
I think there was no real, there was no thought to it really, but I think generally speaking, Orphea is really hit or miss. So I appreciate you saying that, I did well with him or with her, but sometimes it's not nearly as clean as that. So, I think it's more of a comfort thing, I guess, if you were to put it that way.
Right. So game 1, Dragonshire, your map selection. Game 2, Sky Temple, your map selection. Teams are going to be scouting. You got the finals for Division D East next week, and then potentially a grand finals matchup behind that. Anything you want to say to maybe some opponents scouting you out on these 2 maps?
I think I'll let them do that work about figuring out why we like those maps and the maps that we do like. So, yeah.
Fair enough. I'm just trying to see if maybe you had a response like, yeah, you can bring us to whatever maps you want. It doesn't matter.
We have certain maps that we definitely feel more comfortable on. So we try to stay to those ones.
I want to also point out your support play tonight from Modus Trollin on point. Game number 1, bringing out a Brightwing, which you don't see every day, and then game number 2 on that Lucio, providing a little bit of value, helping chase down some of those kills late game especially. Anything you want to say about your support player and how much of a solid effort you got out of them tonight?
His appearance tonight is appreciated more than anybody could know today, so we're glad that he was here today. And he's always been really outstanding with all of the support characters that he plays. And I think Save the Murloc banned out Stukov, their first ban each game, and I think that was for a reason, because Modus is also very good. Yeah, Modus is really good on Stukov as well. So,
well, you guys get a very quick 2-0 victory tonight. It's going to send you on to those Division D East finals. You're facing up against Frank's Furters. Anything you want to preview from that matchup? Do you remember how your regular season matchup against them went? I think you guys won that, right?
Yeah, those were also really competitive games, as this one was. We against Frankfurters, I think that's when we were finally starting to figure out our team, and so we're definitely looking forward to facing them again.
Awesome. Well,
and as for
go ahead.
I just want to say, as for Save the Murloc, that last match on Sky Temple was just a ton of fun, and man, they had us. We knew at that boss play when they got the boss, but we got those 2 kills. We're like, it doesn't maybe look so bad, but we are losing badly, and we knew that we had to. There was a little bit of trepidation, but we just made the call. We're like, we have to blast through this keep, and we have to get this core.
Yep.
And or it's over for us one way or the other, because they're bleeding us dry with this Abathur play, and so we were able to find that.
I noticed, and I wanted to ask you, because it seemed like you guys started off the game like really trying to focus down some towers. You had a nice spot in the bottom lane, like right at the start of the game, pushing down a tower. And it seemed like you were trying to really put the pedal to the metal up against the Abathur before he was level 10. And then it started kind of going sideways for a minute. You stole away a couple camps. You got that bottom fort down, but you weren't able to finish off that keep for quite some time. You had to keep worrying about sending Jaina or Raynor back to clear up that top lane push. But what really was the mentality to deal with the Abathur? Am I correct in saying it was, hey guys, we need to get these forts down immediately?
Yeah, as soon as we found out he had Mule, the sort of the game plan changed for us from like, okay, we can just sort of play the map, versus like, now we can't just sit back and wait for things to happen. We have to press any advantage that we can, whether it's they're in the top lane, so we have to push harder on the bottom lane, or we've got 1 kill, what can we do with it? So yeah, once we found out he had Mule, and just knowing, I mean, Save the Murloc is so good. They're number 1 for a reason, and just knowing all of those things combined, we just had to do something drastic, and I think obviously we made the right decision.
Well, awesome, and once again, congratulations on the win. I want to give you an opportunity before you go. The floor is yours for some shout-outs if you have any.
All right. I would be remiss if I didn't shout out Zrice, our fearless leader, as well as our substitute, who is just waiting in the wings, Isra.
Awesome. Well, I wish you best of luck next week. A really big matchup against Frank's Furters. Get your practice in. Do some scouting. I really hope you guys put up a good show against them.
Thank you. Yeah, it should be a fun one for sure.
Awesome.
And thanks for casting.
Hey, pleasure is all mine, man.
All right. Take care.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
All right, Twitch chat, end of the road for Thursday night. End of the road for this Division D East semifinal. You guys were great tonight. Thank you for stopping in. Once again, thank you for all the love, all the subs, all the follows. You guys are great. If you're watching over on YouTube, before you go, please be sure to slap that follow button. It helps me a lot. If you're here in Twitch right now, if you scroll up, Nightbot has a link to my YouTube page. Go ahead and click that, hit subscribe. All my VODs are up there. You can check them out, including this match, with which I will be uploading right as we leave. Once again, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of Nexus Gaming Series. We will see you guys in the Nexus.